All right, so Arthur writes in, he's 44. His better half is 44. He's got $390 in savings and tax-deferred investments. He wants to retire when he's 60. He goes, I'm not sure what else I should be doing. That's why I don't really take on people who are in this age bracket and time frame, because there's not a whole lot you can be doing. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep plugging away, which is what he says. Should I just keep plugging away? Answer's unequivocal, yes. Just keep doing it, man. You're doing great. Now, number one thing is don't take on any debt. Avoid debt like the plague. All right? You don't want debt. Debt is going to be, it will rob you of your life, essentially, at least your financial life, your financial well-being. Number two, if you're smoking, don't smoke. If you're drinking, drink less. All right, Pablo, you going to drop this load or what here, buddy? We've been walking back and forth, and Pablo's doing the Texas two-step where he can't decide where he wants to lay down his stuff here, and I'm hoping he does it here so I can go back and put these steaks on the grill. All right, number three is you got to have your wills done. There you go. So make sure you get your estate planning in order. I cannot tell you how many people don't have it. So you got $390 in deferred accounts. Deferred accounts are individually owned. You own it and your wife owns it, but you don't own it together. All right, so if you're incapacitated, the other person who doesn't own the, good boy, Pablo, good boy, who doesn't own, now I got to pick this up, who doesn't own the account has no access to it unless a court order. So you don't want to have to put your spouse have to go through a court order to be able to access your money if you're incapacitated. That's why you got to get your durable power of attorney. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just reaching down here and picking up Pablo's poopy. Good boy. We're going to go get a treat. So make sure you got your will done. A will, all a will does is it tells the probate court who gets the assets and when. All right, that's all a will does. All right, probate is a public proving of your will. But if you don't have a will, probate is going to do it as they see fit by law. You have a estate plan. It's through the court. Well, don't allow the court to determine who gets your assets and when and who manages it. Don't do that. So a will, you need that. Durable power of attorney. A durable power of attorney survives incapacity, which means it's in effect most likely right now, as long as you got it drawn up correctly, and remain in effect when you're incapacitated. A general power of attorney stops incapacity, and a springing power of attorney only comes into effect once incapacity is established. And that's just a headache for your spouse who's like, man, you're in the hospital, I got to take care of you, I got to get a judge to see this through. Yeah, you don't need all that. So just get your durable power of attorney on the front end before you need it. All right. Part two, you got to get a living will. A living will is just a right to die clause. It just tells your kids when to pull the plug. So that way your kids don't think, I murdered dad. You need a living will. Healthcare directive or medical power of attorney, same thing. They're synonymous. Just gives your somebody to make decisions on your behalf when you're getting operated on. All right, and a letter of instruction, while not a legally binding document, just says, hey, this is what I want to have happen if something were to go awry. All right, so you need all that stuff for sure. That's probably number one. Don't take on any more debt. We talked about keep it in shape. All right, so a lot of times you're probably making pretty good money. You're 44, you got 15, 16 years left. And a lot of people just start getting heavy. And it's just bad, man. It's bad. Don't do that to yourself. Stay in shape. If you got to walk. If you got to get out for lunch and walk down the street to get a taco as opposed to having one delivered to you, well, do that. You got to stay in shape, man. Don't be getting all, fat and happy, because the fat will come back and bite you in the butt at some point. So you got to stay in shape. That doesn't mean you got to go work out. It just means you got to keep the pounds off. Don't eat like crap, because, yeah, you might be doing fine financially, but health-wise, you might not be long for the world once you retire. You just got to stay in shape. So it sounds like you're doing really well. Keep investing. Plug away. Don't get nervous about the stock market. Just look out the window. Like the market's head down pretty heavy today. Just look out the window. You got 16 years. All right. And finally, I would start thinking about you. I don't know how happy you are with your job, but start thinking about a side hustle. You might say, in case something goes wrong with my work, I might need a new gig. Well, what's that going to be? Is it freaking, I don't know, building gasifiers? That's something I want to do. One of these days I can learn how to do that. I don't know, but it might be showing kids how to freaking surf. It could be all kinds of different things. But you got to have something potentially that you enjoy doing that you can rely on for an income if something goes wrong with your work. But other than that, just keep plugging away. And again, this is why I don't take clients who are that far out, because there's really nothing to do other than tell them to keep plugging away, just like you said. So good job, bud. All right, we'll see you.